see if this is good. And we are live, I think. What's going on, guys? Let's see. I hope the quality is good. So we are live on Facebook and we are live on YouTube. Let's go ahead and see if we can get a couple people to start asking some questions. I'm super pumped. So let me go ahead and just start off by introducing myself. I know that you guys know me, right, because you guys are part of TechButt Solutions. But for those that are watching this and don't know me, my name is Ricky. I have a free networking group. It's TechButt Solutions. It's the second link in the description. And we have a little bit over 60,000 members. We mainly invest in the stock market, but we invest in multiple different markets. And the reason I wanted to make this video is leading up to 2018, we want to make sure that this is going to be our best year, right? 2017 was an amazing year for myself and for a lot of people that are part of this group and are part of our community. With that being said, how many of you guys are excited to get started with investing in the stock market or just investing in general? So I wanted to go live for this Q&A. I wanted to receive some feedback on what you guys thought about it as well, to kind of just hear what you guys have to say. What are your goals for 2018? What are some questions that you guys have? We can cover something about investing in the stock market. We can cover questions about, we've been buying and reselling cars super actively, investing in real estate, starting your own business, whatever it is. I'm here to help you, and I'm super excited because, the more success stories that we receive, the better it makes me feel that I'm doing something, positive, right? And I think that's one of the most amazing things. I personally upload a video and I see the thousands of people that watch my video. That's great. But when I receive an actual person direct message me through Instagram, through our Discord chat, through Facebook, and say, hey, you helped me start flipping cars and it now provides me with a stable income that I do very well with, it's an amazing experience that I get to go through because of just the feedback that I receive. And that's what I want for each and every single one of you. So I'm going to start looking at the Q&A. There we go. What's going on? What's going on? I like it. I like it. So we have people live on Facebook, and then we have people live on YouTube. So let's go ahead and start the Q&A. So you guys can ask any questions that have to do or relate to about investing. Telling you a little bit more about myself. I started, people usually know me for investing in real estate. I cover the importance of having a stable income and why that's so important and how that helped me qualify for my first property. I cover how I started getting into real estate investing, and then a little side hobby that I have of buying and selling cars. Last month was one of my biggest months so far with that specific hobby. We made a little bit over $24,000 profit. So it was an amazing month, and we plan to, like always, end the year on a green note, and I hope that you guys are all excited to do it as well. So let's go ahead and start answering your guys' question. If you guys see this background, I'm sure you guys know what YouTuber's place I'm at right now, but his place is super sick. So you guys can his car is in here. We have everything here. It's super beast. So great quality today, thanks to Graham, right? Let's do it. So we got Ty saying goal 2018, start with $1,000 and make 5% profit each week. Ty, I think that's an amazing thing, and I think that's an amazing goal to have. 5% target, that's huge. That's actually what we recommend for the people that are part of the mentorship program that we have. So I work with people in a small private group, and I follow up with them on a weekly basis, and then we jump on video calls and stuff like that. So if you guys are watching and you guys have a video call with me, Justin's going to reach out to you because he's taking the video call, and I'm going to jump on another video call with you guys this week as well, just to add value for that. But usually what we recommend is to aim for a 5% target. We plan out our trades ahead of time, and we work towards our weekly goal. So I really admire that, and I think that's a huge goal to have. So what stocks are to look out for in 2018? I think that's a very broad question because there's so many different stocks depending on if you're trying to focus on mid or high cap stocks. Personally, I think that because of the introduction of cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin, a lot of these mining companies or a lot of the companies that are any way correlated to cryptocurrencies are going to be huge this year as long as Bitcoin continues this hype. And then with that being said, I think a lot of technology companies, if you guys take this in consideration, a lot of online platforms such as Amazon, anything that has to do with any revolutionary kind of movement that has happened within the past year or 2 years, just think about this. I think less people are actually shopping in stores, more people are shopping online. And if you think about FedEx, the Postal Service, any type of company that's based on shipping, because of Amazon, because of all these huge retailers that are based online, just think about their revenue. that they're going to generate compared to previous years because everyone is doing their shopping online. Again, it's a domino effect. So think about how the big movers are, making money, and how the smaller kind of companies that kind of it funnels down to can be compensated as well. I think that's going to be a huge thing. Technology and everything moving down to the overall consumer. So nice call on BITA, David Dole. Thank you, I appreciate that. So BITA was not one that I personally found. It's one that someone within our mentorship program found, if I'm not mistaken. And it was when we were doing our one-on-one call that he brought it up, and we broke it down together. He found the potential. I believe he used the criteria that we have set up for our scanners, and he found it all himself. And that's one of the most amazing parts of what it is that we do. We don't like telling people what to trade. We never tell people what to trade, but we teach people and educate people on how to develop and actually know how to build scanners so they can find their top picks themselves. So again, we teach you how to fish, not to be fed. And I think that's one of the most amazing things, because just imagine if this group or the online community of tech buds was no longer available, then you're going to have to do all this fishing yourself. So if we can educate you on that so you can become self-sufficient, that is my overall goal for each and every single person that is part of my private group. Okay, so this is actually a really good question. So this is by Arthur Owens. You are asking, when you are swing trading, how do you know when it's a good, solid company that has potential to recover from a dip? So I use my kind of technical background when it comes down to, I was a technical day trader. I look at the big picture. I usually like to focus on the 180-day analysis. And with that being said, I look at the overall pattern. And if I see that it's a consistent uptrend pattern and there's, usual dips, usually during their earnings report, that they tend to pull back on, then that's something that I keep my eyes on, that I know that will act as a catalyst to drive the price up or down. And what I usually do is three things. So I wait for the dip, I wait for the confirmation of the bounce, so making sure that it validates that. How do you confirm the bounce? So if you watch a video that I uploaded either yesterday or 2 days ago, it's how to get the confirmation. It was yesterday. How to get the confirmation of a stock that's trending up. I wait for the break above the exponential moving average on the 180-day chart. If that doesn't make sense, then you could either review a couple of my videos that I have on YouTube that cover what EMA is. But I wait for the break above the EMA and then for it to actually start riding on the EMA line. So I feel much more comfortable when that is done. Therefore, I revisit the pattern as well, and I can get a better understanding that, hey, I think the easiest one that I can give you an example of is Tesla. Tesla had an amazing, or after their earnings, had an amazing pullback. I know this isn't great for a lot of long-term holders, but if you guys remember, maybe a month ago, we called out Tesla when it broke below $300, and it was at a previous support at $290. $300 was a previous support. Did I buy at $290? No, we waited for this cup and handle pattern to form. We waited for the break above the EMA when it broke above 300. So again, patience was a huge factor. Once we got that confirmation, then I made the decision, okay, hey, I can buy in at 300, and it's gonna have its next resistance at 320. So therefore, it started to ride the EMA line. It hit 320, we sold, ended up hitting up 340. It pulled back again, and then it hit 340. So that was great, and we played it out perfectly. So I think that's one of the amazing things. We identify a pattern, we wait for the confirmation, we formulate our plan, we manage our risk, and then we go for it. So yep, I do have a video covering VWAP indicators. Thank you, Kenny. Let's see. Do I have any specific stocks that are about to do deals with blockchain or Bitcoin? Graham, do you have one?
I wish. Wasn't there one that was trading recently?
Yeah.
It got suspended.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's actually quite a bit. I think this week we came across two, and it was LFIN, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that. I'm not sure if it was LFIN, but let me actually check on that one. LFIN, boom, boom, boom. Actually, I don't know if it was this one, but this is one that came from $40 when we, or it was called out at $4 within our group chat, hit highs of $142. Let me actually just start sharing my screen so you guys can see exactly what it is that I'm talking about, and you guys should be able to see this. So this is LFIN. This is the pattern, so it doesn't have a lot of history because it's a newer launch, but it's been holding above the EMA line the entire time, and one day it pushed from about $40 all the way up to $142 and pushed on back. Is that a bad sign? Well, it obviously got manipulated, but with that being said, it's still holding above the EMA line, so it's still showing signs of growth. If you're in it at like, $40 or $50, then it makes sense, like probably why you're still holding it, because there's no confirmation that it's showing signs of a downtrend. It's kind of just consolidating around $60 to $80. So it might be a trade worth holding. But yeah, so great question on that one. I don't have a new one for you though, not yet. All right, let's see. You should make your own crypto. That's by ZHD. There's a couple people that reached out to us about trying to, configure something of that. But that's not necessarily TechButs itself or me myself. That's not, we have enough on our plate that we're doing just fine. And we don't necessarily. It's not that we're doing just fine. Is that if I'm going to come up with my own crypto, and I know if Graham is going to come up with his own crypto.
I tell him I'm about to do my ICO next week.
Are you really?
It's Graham coin.
Oh my goodness. So he's going to come up with his new ICO, and it's going to be called Graham. So you guys better watch out for that launch. All right, Ricky, what better investments for larger sums of money? For more gains and less percentage. So I think one of the huge advantages when you do have larger amounts of money is that you're able to diversify. That's not a lot. I think there's one of two things. There's people that don't have money that have really good ideas on how they can make money, or there's people that have money and don't really know what to do with it. So with that being said, I love the diversification that I have set up. I love investing in real estate. I love investing in the stock market. I love investing in things that I love, such as cars and motorcycles. So I think one of the biggest things that you have to look into is to what market do you understand, what market do you find a small niche in that you can profit off of that requires a higher dollar value. Real estate might be one because you have a larger dollar amount. Maybe investing in buying and selling cars as a side hobby, that could be something to look into, or starting your own business. A lot of online companies don't require a lot of capital, especially if you can do it effectively and efficiently. So ZHC says, I love the poster. So I'm in Graham's studio. And this is honestly probably one of the coolest garages I've ever been in. Yeah. So it's super, like he has a T-Rex.
Yeah. Studio. We don't call it a garage anymore. It's called the studio.
I like it. Let's see. Okay, this is a really good question, and I think this always continues to change depending on where it is that you ask someone. Where is it? Are penny stocks a good start? In my honest opinion, if I can tell you honestly, do I think that if you're a brand new trader to investing in the stock market or any market altogether, do I think penny stocks are where everyone should start, especially if you have lower capital? No. And I repeat this time after time, penny stocks are extremely volatile. If you have no understanding of how to manage risk or how to identify potential, you should not be investing in the stock market. If you guys watch, one of the first things that if you guys are part of my lesson library, my course itself, one of the things that I recommend the most is my goal for each and every single one of you is to make consistent profits and to minimize loss. I always recommend starting with a simulation or paper trading account because I know how many mistakes are going to be made in the very beginning. And because of that, that is why I say stay away from, people usually think that, hey, penny stocks are cheaper. If I have $50 or $100, I can buy more penny stocks, right? Because they're less than $1, let's say. It just makes sense according to them, right? I think it's a much smarter approach. I wish I would have done this when I first started. I would have focused on more stable companies, had a better understanding on how to invest in the stock market, how to identify patterns, and how to take advantage of set opportunities. Because when you understand, when we do if you guys watched some of the video that I uploaded yesterday, and we break down something like, what was it? I can actually show it to you. Oh man, I am gone. I'm upside down now. Oh. All right. So let me give you this example. So SLV. So I'm sharing my screen. If you guys want to actually see my screen, you guys have to join us in the live stream on YouTube. So you guys can search up my name and I should be popping up that I'm live. SLV. So SLV on this 180-day analysis, you could see, I think it's much easier. Again, this is my opinion. This is not something that I recommend. I think it's much easier to see the pattern on SLV. Do you see the support that it had at $15 previously where it bounced at? It went a little bit lower than 15, but it's much easier to understand this pattern of a support at 15 and the resistance at 16. Low points, buy here, high points, sell there. That makes sense, right? With that being said, we wait for the drop, we wait for the break for these candlesticks to be above the EMA and for it to start showing signs of an uptrend, to show, a confirmation of a reversal, for this thing to actually start trending up. It makes sense to want to invest into something that's growing and that shows growth potential. And it's done this before, right? So it would make sense. Now, let's say that, let me just search it up again, LFIN. LFIN, I guess this DCIX, the infamous penny stock. Goes through a series of reverse stock splits, and this is a momentum stock. A lot of people like trading something like this because when it has the proper catalyst, it can grow exponentially. But with that being said, you're relying on hope, or you're relying when, like if the people that held at $4.50 and then it drove the price up to like, $7 during pre-market hours, you would have made about 60%. That's great. But just thinking about this big picture. If you would have held this for 20 days and you would have purchased it at like $7 and ridden it all the way down to $4.60, that's huge loss, and it's an uncontrollable amount of loss because I think there's less pattern and less technical trading when it comes down to trading lower cap stocks and more just momentum trading. That's a little bit more difficult to understand if you're just starting out, and it's a little bit less consistent. So there's a couple traders that can make $500, $1,000 like a day when it comes down to trading, but they also take sometimes $500 or a couple $100 of losses, and that type of style of trading doesn't accommodate my style of investing because I'm much more conservative and I would much rather make a consistent profit. So that's the easiest way that I can put it, is I like focusing more on swing trades now, especially because they're easier to understand, especially if you're just starting out. And I feel when it comes down to risk management, it's much easier to understand, hey, it's showing signs of a reversal. I should probably cut losses now. Ryan Carter is saying, come say what's up, Graham.
What's his name?
His name is Ryan Carter.
What's up, Ryan Carter?
What's going on, Ryan Carter? So, do you have any experience with SureTrader, my friend? I personally do not. Thank you, Edgar, for asking that question, but I have heard a lot of good things and bad things. It's a smaller brokerage, so there's a little bit of a negative connotation with it, but it's great for people that are outside of the U.S. and don't want to be under the PDT rule. Obviously, before partnering up with any brokerage, I would recommend for you to do your own due diligence. Do you use multiple sites for throughout the day to avoid day trading alerts? No, I use TD Ameritrade, and I set my alerts and it's triggered on my phone. So if I'm jumping on calls or if I'm in meetings, my alerts go off and I can react right away, and I can trade off of my phone. I use the TD Ameritrade app or the Fidelity app itself. So and if people have Robinhood, you can still download the TD Ameritrade platform, have access to that. It's free. Set your alerts there, and then trade off of Robinhood if you would like to, and not have to pay commissions. So what change do I have in my EMA settings? You worded that a little bit different. So the settings that I have for my EMA, it's the moving average exponential, right? And the length is 15. The reason that I changed it to that is because I'm swing trading a little bit more, and I want to make sure that it doesn't react as quick. So therefore, if the length is a little bit longer, it gives it a little bit more cushion, and I get a little bit more of a confirmation that it's actually trending up. So that's the reason why. Okay, so please give an update on UGAS. I made a video about it this morning. So it was about the reverse stock split that it went through. Let's see. All right, so it went through a reverse stock split. I covered everything it is. I made 2 videos prior to the reverse stock split, alerting people that, hey, this is not always a good, form of catalyst that a stock can go through. This is an ETF, so it was a little bit different. And gas ETFs, when it comes down to ones similar to UGAS, aren't doing very good, right? Gas futures are at almost like all-time lows. So with that being said, we try to warn people as much as possible. I can't tell people where to buy or where to sell. I'm only here to, oh, my phone died. Oh, sorry about that.
Should be a phone charger over here. You want it?
Oh, my computer, it was actually charging it.
Shit.
Yeah.
If it's not there, I'll grab it.
Oh, it's right there. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it did die. We're good, though.
Are you going?
Yeah. Appreciate it, man. Cool. All right. So, but yeah, we try to do as much as we can. So what I usually do, especially if you're part of my mentorship group and stuff like that, we have a watch list, and then we cover each stock in my watch list, and then I upload and give my own, 2 cents. And then we give you updates on how it's doing along, every single day, because we have daily Q&As. But there's only so much that I can do to keep you guys up to date, because I know and it's understandable, but not everyone can join me throughout my entire day and stay up to date with every alert that I have. So yeah. So can I make my own platform? David Dole, what do you mean by that? Do you want me to have my own brokerage, or what do you mean by make my own platform? Michael Olson is saying, where's the cute blonde girl that was in the thumbnail? She's a friend. She's actually a member of TechBud Solutions. She's great.
Yeah, but how can you find her? What's her Instagram? What's her number?
Actually, she said I could plug her Instagram when we made that video together. So yeah, she's great. She's an amazing trader, and we keep up to date on a weekly basis and stuff like that. And she's been doing a great job trying to trade quality stocks. So I like that. Michael, thank you, homeboy. Of course. Oh, for sure. What's her number? Sorry, man. Can't give that out.
We'll have to pay extra for that.
No.
Dude, you could just sell it.
All right, what's the best scanner to scan stocks? And I think that's a great question. The reason why is because I think people try to sell you on scanners. And if you guys have known, that's not ever something that I've ever done or anything like that. The reason why is I think people see value in many different ways. And I don't think it's a very effective strategy for me to just be like, hey, this is how I see value in. These are the scanners that I use because these are the stocks that I see value in. Everyone under my group, the 60,000 people, should pay for my scanner. It just doesn't make sense. I would much rather dedicate my time in working with you to seeing how you see value and assisting you to build your own scanners and teaching you on actually how to do it. I think that's a much more effective way long term. I know it's much easier for me to just tell you what I'm trading, where I'm buying, where I'm selling, but yeah. Oh man, Justin, what was it? Wavy, you can't be saying that, man. I have to remove that. Okay, this is a good question. How much should a beginner have to start investing? And I think that's a very broad question. The reason why is first you have to identify what market are you wanting to look into to start investing in. And with that being said, I think, well, let me do this. If you guys learned anything from this live Q&A, I want to make sure that I try to guide you guys in the right direction. For all those that have a goal for 2018 to start investing in the stock market, the number one thing that I would recommend for each and every single one of you is to open up a simulation trading account, especially if you're within the United States. It does not cost you anything. I believe you gained a 2-month free access. I'm not affiliated with TD Ameritrade in any way. People always think that, why am I always promoting TD Ameritrade? Because it's free and you can learn how to invest in the stock market and it doesn't cost you anything. There's no link that I have to give you. You guys sign up if you guys want to, and that's it. Simulation paper trading account. I have a video on it on how you can download it if you want to, or you can call them and figure it out yourself. You can join our group, which is a free group. You can learn how to invest in the stock market with either the series of videos that I have on YouTube, or if you want to take trading to the next level, the first link in the description is part of my lesson library, which is where you get to work with me on a daily basis, and we go live at market open. The one thing that I do want to tell you guys is if you guys join us to the very end of this video, I'm going to be giving you guys a promotion for those that are interested in the Learn, Plan, Profit course, which is where I cover how I invest in the stock market. That's the big piece of pie within that course, as well as how I buy and resell cars and motorcycles as a hobby, and then how I bought my first house by age 20. So if any of those markets are something that you want to get into, I would suggest for you to stay with us for about 5 more minutes, and then I'm gonna give you guys a coupon code so you guys can be a part of the Learn, Plan, Profit lesson library. Let's see. So, oh, they're saying that no, I might have the camera reversed. No, but it's not supposed to be reversed. Yeah, it's a normal. Sure. Yeah. So, do you have a video on reading candles and patterns for day trading? So, Drew, you can simply search up Ricky Gutierrez on YouTube and then search up those keywords, candles and patterns. I have a video for each one of those topics. So, let's see. Okay, M King, that's a pretty good observation that you have. So a lot of people don't trade at the end of the year. They're pulling their money out of their stocks, and that is why a lot of stocks are going down towards the end of the year. So that makes sense, right? Because there's less money being invested and stuff like that. Realistically, I think that if there's a catalyst with any of the stocks that we're investing in, I think that's a more broad type of breakdown. With a lot of the stocks that we're investing in, we try to buy them at the lowest lows, which offers great opportunity, and we only buy when we get that confirmation. So it would make sense on why we can take advantage of that. Let's see, profit, 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 this guy. So do you use the same principles when it comes down to investing in crypto and stocks? If not, what are the main differences? So I'm going to answer this one, then I'll answer one more. So I was talking to Graham about this.
If you want me to hop in on anything, I'm down.
Oh, yeah, feel free to come, yeah.
Cool.
See what we got Graham that's going to join us as well. One of the things
I'll get down here.
If you want to answer that real quick, yeah.
What was the question?
When it comes down to crypto investing, what would you recommend?
Oh shit! When it comes to crypto, I don't know. I guess when it comes to crypto, I think really just invest what you can lose. Especially with that, I think it's so unpredictable and the swings are so wild.
Yeah.
That you just have to be able to stomach that. And the one thing that I've seen when it comes to crypto is that a lot of people are brand new investors in it.
Yeah.
And are very emotional about it. Like it goes up $100 and like to the moon, Lambos, and then it dumps like $50.
Yeah.
And they're like, end of the world, it's over. Should I sell? So I think it's just about trying not to be emotional about it and then investing really what you can lose.
I think that's one of the biggest things because there's so much, even media news. All right, so first of all, I think the reason that so many people are backing up like this rush, it's kind of like almost a gold rush when it comes down to cryptocurrency, is because there is all these billionaires, and I've said it before, all these multi-billion-dollar companies can either pump or dump these like Bitcoins or cryptocurrencies, and there's no negative connotation that can really happen to them or any legal issues like it would normally happen in the stock market. And I think because of that, they're taking advantage of that, and they either hype it up or they either dump it. So one of the biggest or most infamous ones is when JP Morgan discredited Bitcoin, had a huge sell-off, they bought, and then it had a huge rush. Yeah. And there's nothing that you can do. If they were to do that in the stock market, that would be a huge legal battle. So one of the things that I'd recommend is to learn about cryptocurrencies, learn about what can act as catalysts to drive the prices up, and to understand, at least have a better understanding of the, there's so many people. You guys are watching this video. You guys should have an edge on the average person, that's investing in these cryptocurrencies. So you should be doing your own due diligence. What drives the price up? What drives prices down? What are a series of catalysts? So what can happen that can, again, just drive the price up? And what are the risks involved? So with that being said, you should not be investing in anything that you are not willing to afford. And I think that's one of the coolest things. But because it's such a hot topic, I think that's why people are going in so aggressively. And that's why I plan to, I don't know if you watched that video, but after I sell my M3, I am going to take everything, not even just the profits, but everything, and invest it all to add to my position when it comes down to BTC and LTC.
Yeah.
So
you're going to hodl? I'm
going to what?
Hodl?
What's that?
Instead of hold, it's hodl.
What is that?
Oh, dude, you got to read the Reddit forums. Hodl.
No.
It's HODL, hodl. And it basically means instead of hold, you hodl. Someone apparently was saying, like, you got to hold it, but they misspelled it and spelled hodl.
Yeah.
So now that's the new term, is you just hodl it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's huge. And I personally, when it comes down to investing in Bitcoin or any of the cryptocurrencies, I buy when everyone else sells. And then when everyone else buys, I choose to sell.
Yeah.
I think
that's one thing Ryan was telling me. You buy on a red day.
Yeah.
It's like you always buy on a red day, which is definitely you buy when people are selling.
Yeah, and I don't, even because I know there's nothing legally that can happen to me talking about like Bitcoin or anything like that. I don't like telling people where to buy or where to sell. If you guys follow me on Instagram, the link is down below. I post daily updates on Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, and if I'm buying or if I'm selling. And I hope that they can guide you guys in the right direction. But again, please do your own due diligence before investing in any market.
It's wild, man. Crypto is crazy.
I love that thing that you said of like crypto or Bitcoin, BTC to the moon, because there's so many.
Yeah, to the moon, Lambos.
Yeah. When you invest $25 and you make $25 and you're like, I don't know how people do that 9 to 5. Have you seen that meme?
I love it.
Hilarious.
It's true though. If you read the comments on Reddit, it's all you see.
Do you think 10K is good beginning capital for swing trading?
That's it. I don't do a lot of stocks or swing trading. I would say probably it is enough. But no. What is the minimum? Is it 25,000 day?
25,000 is for day trading. That's for the PDT rule. I personally, if you have $10,000 saved, this is to Luis. If you have $10,000 saved, the smartest choice would not to not go all in when it comes down to investing in the stock market. And the reason that I say that is because you have no understanding based on if you're a true beginner on how to invest in the stock market. So it's great that you have a great amount of capital, more than the average person, right? I'm guessing, right?
Yep.
I don't think more. They don't have over $1,000. So with that being said, you've done something that not a lot of people have done. Now make sure that you do your own due diligence, learn how to invest in the stock market so you could properly invest the 10K. I would, and leading into that, I'll cover that real quick. Give me 1 second. So, do you know what that is?
Gram cover Ichimiku. What is that?
It's an indicator when it comes down to trading in the stock market.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. Yeah. So here's the thing. I've learned stuff from Ricky when it comes to stocks. I don't know anything. I index funded, and I really don't know anything about stocks.
Let's get a question for Graham. So anything that has to do with real estate investing.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, these posters, Etsy, because I've seen like several of you guys where do you get the posters on Etsy, and then the frames were on Amazon. And I just Amazon Prime the frames, and then the posters on Etsy. And then it took forever to try to like level these off and get them on the wall. So Etsy, everything I get is honestly from Etsy.
So are you gonna? It doesn't trade options.
No, I don't. I pretty much just do real estate. I do very little in stocks, and then some crypto.
Definitely crypto.
Or we can answer one of yours until we're. Yeah. My guys are a little slow today.
Okay, so this is gonna be. Oh, look.
What? Yo, yeah, you saw my passive income video.
Yeah.
It was 62. No, that was a month. Yeah. I wish I made $6,247 a day. No, that's per month. But yeah, it's cool that video ended up getting a decent amount of views, so I was happy about that.
That was sweet. So the last thing that I want to end it with, and Charlie is selling his life. Okay, so the last thing that I want to end it. This is for 2018 for them to start either investing in the stock market or just to start investing for it to be the best year ever. When it comes down to investing in real estate, we get this question all the time, so we just got it as well. When it comes down to the stock market, when it comes down to the real estate market, when it comes down to cryptocurrencies, or starting your own business, they're like, hey, is that bubble going to pop? One of the things that I always look for is first you have to understand the market so you can know when a good deal happens. And I don't care, it's not that I don't care, is if you find right now, at least for myself, if I find a good deal when it comes down to a real estate property, even though people continue to say that, hey, the bubble's about to pop, if there's a good deal and that opportunity is worth taking, I am going to take it, right? Regardless of how many people are saying that, it's about to pop or the stock market is about to pop or everything is too high, if there's a good deal, then I think it would be more naive for someone not to take advantage of that set opportunity than to, or more naive for them to not take advantage of that set opportunity than to actually take it. So the reason that I say that is it's just you need to first understand the market that you're investing in. So if it's the stock market, cryptocurrencies, or real estate, to be able to identify and kind of label these deals as good deals. And that's, I think, the hardest part for people is because everything is so accessible now that the stock market, cryptocurrencies, and real estate or any form of online marketing is so accessible that they think that just because they have access to that and they have access to a potential market, that they just dive in and they go in kind of blind. My biggest tip is learn how to invest in those markets before investing your hard-earned money. And that's one of the biggest recommendations that I can have. If you want 2018 to truly be your best year ever, then you want to make sure that you prepare and plan for your best year ever. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with like going in like heavy, right, with your investments, and I know that's what a lot of entrepreneurs do. But also, if you go in blind, just know that you don't understand the risk involved, and there's a lot of a negative impact that can truly happen. And do you want it to be the best year ever, or do you want it to be kind of like your worst year ever, right? So yeah. That's one of the best recommendations I can have. Do you want to cover anything before we close this off?
I think a lot of times too, I know with yours it's a little bit different with swing trading and you're in and out in maybe a few days or a week or two, but my approach has always just been long term.
Yeah.
And the advantage of yours is that you could definitely make a lot more money swing trading than just holding long term and collecting stuff. But I feel like something safe is just holding long term, and if you're ever, especially in crypto, just hold it long term. Swing trading, like I said, I think you make way more money swing trading, but otherwise, I think just consistency and doing something long term.
Definitely. So if you guys, and this is the thing that I was going to tell you guys, for all those that want to, I'm going to post it here in the chat. So for all those that want to start investing in the stock market, because you guys joined us for the 30 minutes and stuff like that, I'm going to put a coupon code. So the coupon code is GET50OFF. So I just posted it in the what is it called? The live chat. If you guys click the first link in the description, it will guide you on over to our lesson library. If you want 2018 to be your best year and you're truly interested in investing in the stock market, then just take a minute to review the breakdown of everything that the course has to offer, and to see if you working with me on a daily basis, teaching you how to trade, learning how to identify patterns, how to identify potential, and how to plan out your trade successfully, then click the first link in the description. Make sure that you use that get 50 off, so GET 50, so 50, and then OFF, right? So get 50 off, and you will save $50 off the lesson library. So for all those that are interested, I just wanted to give you guys that incentive in making sure that we do start 2018 on a positive note. So please, whatever market you choose to invest in, become knowledgeable. And I am going to be plugging Graham's. We're going to make a YouTube video today anyways, but I'm going to plug, so you guys can subscribe to Graham. Once this video uploads, I'll plug his YouTube channel so you guys can subscribe to him and learn a little bit more about real estate investing. He has a lot of good plans that are coming out within the next couple of weeks, and I think you guys are going to be very excited for it. But yeah, thank you guys again so much for your time. To stay connected to our group, all the links are down below. And I have a bunch of videos on my YouTube channel that if you guys aren't subscribed already, we would really appreciate that. If you guys like this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. And like always, guys, continue working hard, continue following your dreams, let your passion be what drives you in your success. And let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.
That was good.